Well, good evening, everybody. Limited setup today. Just move the camera. Right. So hopefully we're getting through. I've changed everything. So just bear with me. Excuse me. So let me just check. We are streaming fine. Make sure we're streaming in 720. Yes, we are. Excellent stuff. I don't know what I'm looking over there because the computer's there, but the camera's there. So welcome. YouTube Tuesday Back Series 4. There's going to be some quick stuff in this series because I don't want them to go on for too long because I don't want you guys getting bored. And we've got, I don't know if you saw the pre-show video, but we've got a lot to show you about some products here that I've got to work on the scenics. And throughout this series, we're going to be working on scenics here, as well as all little bits and bobs. And hopefully by the end of the series, we can get a really, really good scenic area here. And along the way, you guys are going to offer me advice. I'll offer you advice. Each other will also offer advice because that's what the community is all about. And we can all work together and see what works best in certain scenarios and what doesn't. I'm a bit nervous on this, because this is the biggest scenic project I've probably ever come across. So I wanted this to be in this series. Series 4 is now back. It might not be as big and glamorous as all the other series, but we'll still be here having fun together. So let's have a look at who's in chat. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Who have we got? In-house Amtrak Junction Ray. Simon, you're in. Simon's Trains Model Railway Showcase. Leamington Station. Pork Chop, good evening. Who else have we got? Heritage Line is in. March West Junction TMD. Hi, Jason, all in chat. Hi to you. Aaron's in from Upwell and Upwards. Good morning, he says. Yes, because he's down in New Zealand. Owen's in the house. Good evening, Owen. Glad you're here because we've got a few other bits and bobs to quickly go on to before we get cracking with this. Train Freak, hello, Jason. Only advice I can offer is what not to do. Well, that's probably what will end up being done. Everything that we shouldn't do. Arthur Humphreys is in. LNER 1946. Simo D, LB Trains. And Water Road, good evening. Hope everyone's well. He says, yes, we are all well. Hope you're all staying safe and I hope you are all taking care of one another and family too. Right. A couple of things I need to go and grab, so bear with me. So the couple of things that I'm grabbing are things to be shown during this stream. Right. So first of all, we do have a visiting train. It's only visiting for a very, very short period of time. So let's say the opportunity is to get it shown now. And this has been sent by Owen of Owen's Model Railways, who is here in the chat. It's the Hornby R3352 First Great Western, class 153. It's actually 153329. And he sent it over to have a stretch its legs on Barnabas Junction's layout because it can't stretch his legs out on his layout. Prior, it was a end-to-end layout, but also he's now moving, so he's kind of got no layout at the moment. So he sent it for a little bit of a stretch its legs. Well, it's not stretch its legs, warm up its wheels, we'll say, on Barnabas Junction. So I will be doing a little bit of a video on this very soon. For those of you that are channel members, I haven't forgotten about you. In the process of getting all this set up for today, I've gone and forgotten to get a brand new copy of the channel members page. But a huge thank you to everybody that has come on board and been a channel member. I'll see if I can get the list up for you in a moment because there are a few new channel members and it's greatly appreciated for coming on board and supporting the channel along its way. Wilbury Castle Railway, hello, Mr. Pork Chop, he says. David Atkins from British Columbia, hello to you. Flint Hills, Jeff, good evening to you. Schuylkill River Valley, hello. That's saying to also to that's to Davy Atkins. Yeah, so Davy Atkins is all the way over the other side of the pond and lands in British Columbia, so a long way off. I'm not moving for a while, sadly. It's not mine anymore as one changing model region. Yes, and that's another thing. So this is actually going to eventually go on to pastures new. It's when it leaves here, we actually won't be going back to Owen because it will be going to a new owner, apparently, according to Owen. So that will be getting forward on to a new owner. So there will be a little bit on that. So here is the model, and it is a livery I do like. As it's, in my opinion, it's what we call the Barbie livery. I did used to work for First Group, and I did like the Barbie livery that they did, and the buses were. I drove buses. The liveries were splendid, and the uniform was fantastic as well. So look out for a video coming soon on that on the layout. So thank you very much to Owen for sending that over. Another thing that I want to mention is I've been sent a product. Just check it's in here before I say it, because it's not very big. I think it's fell out. There it is. I can see it's fell out of the envelope. I've been asked to review a product out of the blue. Totally out of the blue. I was totally unexpected to review a product that this chap who owns a YouTube channel, he's got a model railway himself, but he does bits and bobs, and he's asked me to review this because he's made one specially for me. I knew nothing about this until he just came to me in chat, and it is a plaque with Barnabas Junction on it. It says, thanks again for taking the time to do this for me. It's much appreciated. The specs for these are as follows. They are 105 by 37 by 4 mil. So that's the 4 mil. That's obviously how thick they are. The material is ABS like resin, 3D printed, custom made to order. And this chap is doing these for anybody at a £4 a piece. And that is courtesy of Peter Dean of Scrapbook Rail. I will, after the show, put information for his channel and how to get in touch with him if you're interested in one of these. So a huge thank you to Peter Dean for, out of the blue, coming to me and offering to send this over to me. I know he is a big DRS fan himself. I'll just check it in for a close look. So it is very well printed. Absolutely superb. Incredible design, using obviously my logo, well, not my logo, the DRS logo, and my layout name. So I'm really impressed with this. It will be getting sprayed up in the corresponding colors. So huge thank you. If you're interested in these, get in touch with Scrapbook Rail. It's Peter Dean, and he's doing these made to order at £4 a shot. I'm not sure if that includes postage or not, but get in touch with Peter and I'm sure he will let you know. But it's blank on the back, but it's lovely and smooth. It's really let me take you in for a really close look. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this product. Very there you go. How shiny it is as well. Very well designed, and it's crisp. Look at the lines of the DRS logo there. They are crisp. So I'm really exceptionally impressed with the product, and I highly recommend. So thank you very much. It was a surprise and totally out of the blue. He sent that over. So yeah, check it out. Scrapbook Rail, Peter Dean. Thank you very much, Peter, for sending that over. I will indeed obviously do a separate video of painting that up and getting it into its full colours. Have a look in the chat again. Effingham is in. Good evening, Effingham. Who else? Any other new names in there? Just to bear in mind, I have noticed, and others have noticed, that YouTube are getting problems with the chat again. A lot of comments are not appearing in the chat to each other and also to us presenters or creators, whatever we want to be calling ourselves, because when we go back to review the live stream, watch back our own ugly mugs, we're seeing comments that we haven't seen during the live streams. So apologies if I do miss any specific comments from any of you guys in the chat. Leicester Station TMD, Gary, good evening to you. Evening, Jay. Evening, all. Moreland Model Railway saying hi to Nikki. I'll be Southern Train Girl. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Jason, and everybody. She says, Langton Road, good evening to you. Kevin, Shawbridge Junction, evening, Jason, evening to you. Everybody's saying hi to one another. Absolutely. Remember, when you do see another channel that you're not yet subscribed, when you do subscribe to it, you have to interact with that channel. Make sure you click the subscribe. Excuse me. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell and select all, and then go and check out some of their videos. Either via commenting, via giving them thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't really matter which one you give because they both mean exactly the same thing. And also chat with them. Let them know, let the creator know what you think of their videos. Creative criticism is the best out there, and it all helps us to develop our skills for the better, I would say. For me, it doesn't get any better. It just gets worse. Island Scenics, good evening, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. Because also, I did say I was going to sort the battery out for this, but I haven't got round to it. It's over there in the drawer. I'll go and get it in a moment. Pride of Pendle, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. So everybody's still saying hello. There's so many of you in the chat. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Left, back, forwards, ups and downs. Great, great, great. Right, so for this Scenics that we're going to be getting on with, if you remember in series 3 before the Christmas period, we were looking at the static grass on the hillside using the previous products that I've always used and using my homemade static grass applicator. Well, very kindly, obviously, we mentioned in the series 3, Tim over at Island Scenics very, very generously donated this over for me to have a go and improve, obviously, hopefully improve, and see what the difference is, if this is much better than a homemade one. I probably would say it is, but we'll be interesting to see. And Tim, you are here. It's great that you are here because I needed to ask a question. Do you know what size gauze is in the bottom of this? Because I have absolutely no idea, no clues about this product. It's pretty much me. I have had a word with Martin over at World War Scenics, because these are their products, even though they're branded as Pico. I have had a word with Martin, and he has said you can get different grades of gauze in the bottom. I could never part with my applicator. It's the most important tool. Yeah, probably is. But I've had some reasonably good results with my homemade one, purely because of the costs. But again, huge thank you to Tim over at Island Scenics for unexpectedly donating this to me to give it a try. If you haven't checked Tim over at Island Scenics, you need to go and do it now. If moderator would very kindly put a link in for Island Scenics, we'll do that right now. As he is here, we'll give him the first shout out of the day. So Island Scenics, you can be the first shout out of the day. Moderators, please, if you wouldn't mind, so putting a link to Tim's channel in the chat for this very, very kind generosity of sending this over. I think I need to go and get the battery, don't I? So while we'll get a moderator to sort that out, I'll just go and get the battery. If it's still where I said it was. Ta-da! There we go. So, tell me if I'm doing it wrong, but I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. Put that in there. Oh, well, we've got a light. Which way up does it go? Does it not really matter? Well, fits in. Does that go back in? Do we put that back in to keep the battery steady? I'll put it back in. It is fitting in anyway. So, and we screw that back on. There we go. So that's fitting in. So we have got a light on. So we know it is working. I have no mods. Have I not? Oh, rightio. Right. Well, in that case, I'm adding Tim as a moderator so he can post his lone link in. And Owen, you're a mod as well. So thank you for Train Freak for highlighting that. I wasn't aware that there was no mods. I wonder if I know I did a reset on my YouTube. I wonder if that's done it. So Tim and Tim and Owen, you are now set as moderators. Tim, feel free to post your own link in as you do. Right. Apparently, now I didn't know this, one of the myths with static grass applicators is, and this is what Martin told me, I never knew this, is that does not need to be stabbed into the glue, apparently. It just needs to be near where you're grassing. So we're going to see how that goes over the next few weeks. So that's on. Yeah, that's off. One thing I'm going to take that little bit of sponge out because it's pushing the battery out. Not the battery, the switch out. Don't want to damage this. Let's take that out and push the switch back in. There we go. So yeah, I'm totally useless at these products. A clue what I'm doing. There we go. Right, so I best check. I haven't a clue what you do. I take it if the light's on, that means it's charging. I'm getting no spark. Oh, hang on a minute. Right. It's probably because there's no stuff in it. So we will give it a go. I have no idea if I'm doing it right. I think so. We'll give it a go. So I'm going to be throughout this episode. I will be getting on with that. But what we have, I'm going to give you a rundown of the products that we've got. First of all, along the track line, I've got some, when it decides to focus, there we go, patchy 4mm. And we've got 2, 4 and 6mm. Focus. Of autumn and summer mix. So we've got 2mm, 4mm and 6mm of each of those. I've obviously got the likes of spray on a brush adhesive and scenic glue, Woodland Scenics products. They were some Christmas presents items. And fast tack glue. Yeah, I've got some of that. But what I've been told is the most essential part is the WWS static grass layering spray, which allows us to put layers of grass on top of layers of grass instead of just literally having to reapply with PVA mixes and stuff like that. So that will be getting used, and I've had to smell nice. Don't do that at home. Don't do that at home. Who else have we got in? Dinmore Junction, good evening. Flymo chairman's in. Flymo, fantastic. I do want, there is a couple of people here. I'm going to set others as moderators as well. Flymo, you are one that I've wanted to set as moderator for a while. So you are now a moderator for the show, during this show. Stop sniffing glue, yes. Do not try that at home. What else have we got to talk about? Oh, yes. This episode is going to be more about showing products, I think. I'll just take that label off. Without damaging it, there we go. There is a new loco for myself here at Barnabas Junction. I had some store credit at the local hobby store, and I got, well, actually, I need to show this one as well, don't I, really? Let's just tip that over. Let's take that off. So you would have all just seen. Let me take that label off as well. So, Class 68s. We now have a new Class 68 here at Barnabas, but at the moment, there's actually two TPE Class 68s. There they are. I'll put them on top of each other. One is not in the box, which is this top one, which is Destroyer 6832. Bottom one is still in the box and has not come out, which is Achilles 68023. That 68023 is mine and has still not been out of the box. But 6832, as you can see, that's just the lid, is out of the box. And that's because it's not staying here. It's not mine. It's going on to another modeler, a mystery modeler. But he's asked me to get hold of it, and also we have fitted sound in it. Now, I will be I did a poll on the channel the other day about some members-only content, or early content for members, channel members, because there's a lot of channel members now on board. I feel that I should be fulfilling members with some member-only content. So, for those channel members, you're going to get a sneaky peek of this TPE with sound very soon. Video is ready for the channel, and so if you're a channel member, you're going to get to see this video coming out either later today or tomorrow. It'll be going out exclusively for channel members. So look out for TPE 68. And obviously look out for my own loco, which will be featuring here on the channel over the next coming weeks. Steve Childers, good evening to you. Nottingham Central, good evening to you also. And funny enough, the 68 in chat. How was that for timing? The wife's in. Hello. I know she's got all snug and warm while she's watching. Did everyone have a decent Christmas and New Year? I think we all pretty much made it what we could. We had a lovely, pleasantly quiet Christmas. First quiet, pleasant Christmas we've had for nearly 20 years. It was delightful. Train Freak says he still has Christmas money to spend. We still have Christmas sweeties to eat. Chelmsford Junction, good. I have already said hello, Finnerton. Well, it's only Stuart and Simon. I know that one was. Well, it's only Stuart and Simon. I know that has one. Stuart, oh yes, Stuart's already got his. He got his the day they were released, I think. So you know it's fine. Well, it's not going to Stuart. Ewan's in. Hello, Ewan. Timber Surf. Oh, hello. Good evening, Timber. Just catching up back on the chat. Good evening to you all. Brockwell Lane, evening all, he says. Evening to you, Brockwell. Thank you for joining us. I just need to prop my iPad because the light's shining on it. I'm having to actually hold it to read the chat. So, in fact, what I'll do is I'm going to spin the camera around if it allows me. There we go. So if you... There we go, camera's back. So that's the scenic area that we're going to be working on all along this top area, this wall. The rock is obviously still going to have a lot more weathering done on it. It's nowhere near finished. I wanted to get the upper levels done first. And all the way around, just behind me over here, probably roughly about here on the other side, that's all got to receive the static grass treatment. I think you can see on the camera, this is the area that we did in the previous series with my own homemade one. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's all I can really say. I'm not pleased with it. That I will say. I am not pleased with it. So I'll see if I can get the camera and take you in for a closer look. Just bear with me a moment. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. Because I can move the camera over. It is on a mount itself. So, and I can do this. I can put light on the subject as well and lift it up. So there you go. That's the area. You can just about see there. There's the line where I went from and I applied it. Let's go get a bit of a sideways look on that. So I'm not happy with it. I'm not 100% displeased with it. But it's kind of gone flat. It's not like this one. This was my very first attempt many years ago. Let me turn the light off so you can get the colours. There we go. This was my first attempt of doing any scenery whatsoever, static grassing, and that worked out quite well. You can see there the brush effect. But this side really didn't really work. Put the light back on. There we go. That really hasn't worked. So I'm hoping to recover this, making it better. So let's go for a round the beam. Get your head-on view. And you can see there, that's the ridge there. That's where we went there. So we went from there that way. So I'm not very pleased with it, but fingers crossed with these products we can move on and make it better, improving on it. And you can see there also, that's as far as we went with it there. You can see where it goes back to the stuck down scatters, the undercoat based. So we have got a large area to be working on, all the way up there. We've got trees, we've got the fencing to go in, we've got animals, we've got wildlife, and it goes all the way around there, as you can see, just to that point there. So I've got some ideas of what I want in my head and how I want to picture it. I'm thinking nice forest here to hide this beam, nice bit of a forest area. The fencing right up to the fencing here, possibly, but going through that forest, the forest, as the further back it goes, the thicker the forest will get. So it'll be quite thin at the front. And what I'm hoping is there will be like a footpath that will eventually, it'll weave its way through this area, through the woodland, and disappear. So with the 00 gauge laser kit footbridge that the wife bought me for Christmas, I'm hoping to put that somewhere here. So it'll come, there'll be a footpath from here, over some barrel crossing here, then over a footbridge here, and down onto this side of the line, and then over here there'll be another barrel crossing going onto the footpath and into the woodland. That's the theory. Whether that will actually happen is a different matter. So I'm thinking maybe over that side, just before it gets to the end, it will change to a bit of a pasture where we may see some cows grazing, that sort of thing. And in between here, we could have some livestock of some sort, or just a little bit of tree-lined, bush-lined area. But the further as it goes up here, there will be trees. There'll obviously be trees along the very back, all the way up to hide the wall. And there will be trees along this edgeway as well with the fencing. Now, I don't want to obviously put too many trees because I don't want to obscure the trains going past. Now, if we could just quickly grab something to show you. There they are. I ordered some trees and I'm not too pleasantly pleased with them. They came all the way from that place where we won't say that place, but these are really tiny. These are exceptionally tiny. They weren't advertised as any particular scale, but I got them small for a particular reason. Here's the trees. That is tiny. You can tell that's tiny. If that was a full-scale tree, it would be more of an N gauge or N scale. But I got it tiny for a reason. Now, I've just mentioned that I want to put trees along here. Well, the idea is going to be that I'm going to fill all underneath here with these. Oops. I've got 150 of them. And they'll probably end up a bit, no, it's not going to stand up, is it? So there'll be a fencing along here, and behind that will be this row of trees. So it'll be a bit like Father Ted moment. Far away tree, small. Close tree, large. If you know what I mean. If you ever watched Father Ted, you'll know what I mean. So the idea is, let me see if I can prop it up. It probably won't. No, it doesn't want to. So I did, they were bought small. It's not going to stay up, is it? They were bought small for a reason. Let's go. I have got, see, there's a bag full of them here. So I can clump them together in such a way where they could either be like a bush. I could even cut the bottoms off and make them into bushes. These cost me next to nothing. I think it was £4 for all of them. Something like that. It was very, very, yeah, it stayed up. So the idea is to give it a bit of a distance look. They obviously will totally out of scale with the train. I'll just move them away and let's put a train up against it. Let's use Owen's. Actually, that's not too bad, actually. Oop. So we've got Owen's 153. So you get the idea. They are relatively small, but it will give it that depth as for distance. So it'll give like a depth of distance. I don't even know what the word is. It'll give a visual depth to it to make it look like they're far away. I love my brick. Yeah. So yeah, with a number of those, literally all next to each other, big row of trees all the way along the back, that will, I think, work. In fact, let me just literally just chuck those. Let's just chuck a load of trees in there without even putting them in place. So we give a visual effect. Yeah, so that's not really a visual effect, but yeah, they still can be used as bushes. Even though they're small, they can be pushed in as a bush in the distance, like so. That'll kind of work, see what I mean? So yeah, they will work. There's always a way to get things to work out. So I think they'll work. They'll come out. So lots of them. But what I also got, the trees, and I'll just point it over. The trees that you can see over there by that signal box, I've got loads of those, they are plastic trees, but I've modified those to make them look a lot more real. I've got a ton of those as well, which are obviously a larger scale tree. So they'll be the foreground trees. But I've also got some sea foam I've had for quite some time. So I'm going to be, during this scenic series, we'll be looking at sea foam trees as well. So if you've got no idea about them, because I haven't, then come and join me, and we'll see what we can do regarding some seafoam trees. So see how it develops. Yeah, I think that'll quite work. Yes, first bit of scenery. Decent scene. Well, not decent. So there we go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chat. New Durham Junction, good evening. A bit of 2 mil around them should help give perspective. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Mini Westerton Junction, Scrapline, good evening. Welcome to the stream. David Kidd, Pennington TMD, Gareth White, good evening. Who else have we got in the stream today? I've lost track. Got to shoot off for half an hour, says Owen. Not to worry, Owen. Well, maybe we may still be online when you come back. If not, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Just trying to catch up what people are talking about in chat. I do apologise. Are you going to get the Class 37609 in DRS from a Cura scale? Not. I'll tell you what, my finances would not come to that. Unfortunately, that'll be something for the future. Maybe we'll see about that. Thank you very much, New Durham Junction. There, putting Island Scenics' link in again. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to factually New Durham Junction or any other mods that are here. If you want to also, I'd like to give New Durham Junction. Yes, Scrapline, love a bit of seafoam. Have you? I've been looking at some of your videos, actually, Scrapline, of your scenics. So you may see me trial some of your techniques very soon. I've been doing a lot of researching on sceneries. It's something I've been watching a lot of, scenics on layouts over the past month. So yes, New Durham Junction. Please, I would like to give a shout out to yourself also for your channel. Now, I hope you and the family are well. And I hope all goes well. Sadly, Craig at New Durham Junction did lose his father a few weeks ago, and I would like to send, on behalf of myself and probably everybody else, our condolences to you and the family, and wish you all with upcoming funeral, which I know is going to be absolutely heartbreaking, with what I am aware is going to be taking place in honor of your fantastic father. Finnerton Central, I like using rubberized horsehair. Interesting stuff. So New Durham Junction, please post a link in for your channel also. Fantastic shout out to yourself and to you and the family. Please take a moment to go and see his channel. I know he has done a video on his channel in memory of his dad. Please pop over, go and have a look at the video, and leave your wonderful messages of condolences on that. I'm sure Craig, he is here. Obviously, you can see him in chat. He will greatly appreciate that. Don't forget, subscribe while you're there. So let me have a look at, show you these products in closer detail. So I think that light on that camera is a bit too bright, isn't it? Let me just lower the camera down, take the shine off it. There we go. So as I said, we've got the patchy grass, so you can get a close look at the product. This is 4 mil patchy. This is for going along the track side, along the edges of the track, as you won't get green grass on your edges of your track. It will be dead due to contamination, things like that. So I'm going to have a go at some patchy grass just along the track edge, and that will be along all the lines on this section here. Chasco, good evening. Brayworth Park, good evening to you also. Oh, I like the logo. Nice Euro Phoenix there. So, yeah, as I said, I've got 4 mil, 2 mil, and 6 mil in summer grass. and I've also got it in the autumn. So I'm going to be, Martin did suggest using a mix of different colours to give a good effect. I can't remember which order he said to do them in now. I will have to go back. I've watched numerous WWS videos on these products. We'll turn it around so you can get a better view of the grass. Obviously, they're in the bag, so you can't see very well. But it doesn't really do it justice. The camera doesn't for the proper colouring. And so, and also, as I said, we've got the autumn as well. It's for autumn, 6mm. Slightly darker. If we put it against, just got that back there. If we put that, you can see. You see the shade difference between this is the summer and these are the autumn. You can see the shade difference, even though they're in the bag. So a good contrasting colour. It'll give a nice pasture look. The darker area, the darker grass area, will more than likely be wet under the trees. The lighter summer grass will be in the open air as the proper fields and for pasture, but with a mix of the autumn as well, and maybe as just a tad sprinkle of the patchy too. So just actually, if we can just compare, you can let's get one of which one we get. Let's get the 2mm. There we go, 2mm autumn and the 2mm summer. We have a look what I previously did, and you can see. You probably see the colour differences. They're more of a realistic colour. I am really impressed with the colours and the range that you can get. But I'm going for like late summer, early autumn colours. There is others that he's recommended to me, but I'll stuck with the better one. So this I thought was a bit too colourful, really. Wanted to be more of the green, and you can see the difference in there, the colours compared to what I originally had. Okay. Let's have a look at chat. Start with the 2mm. Howdy all. Good stuff. Another one juicy. Excellent. Right, a sort of spray effect at the edge of the grass line. Yes. I don't think my messages are coming up. Somerset Andy, I'm seeing your messages loud and clear. I will say good night, everyone, and Sheffield United won. All take care. See you soon. Yes, Somerset Andy, everyone has actually been saying hi to you all throughout. I have seen messages in return to you. I'm sure if you have actually saying, as I did say at the beginning, that there is a big problem with the YouTube chat at the moment where a lot of messages are not being seen. Somerset Andy did say, is there a bloke sat on the wall with I Shot JR in his t-shirt on your right? Island Jason, Father 10. New tree growth. Yes, Finneton. I am scrolling back through the chat. Trees of most scales can be used. Yeah, because at the end of the day, a tree is not generally got a scale because trees are all different shapes and sizes and will go on any layout regardless regardless of the size of the tree that you're putting on there. Model Railways Unlimited. Hello. He's saying, hey. Marilyn's in. Hi, Marilyn. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Yes, Chelmsford, indeed. Actually, I was going to come to that in a moment. So I'm just going to bring the camera back here, as I feel it's. In fact, I want to place it there. There we go. Yes, so just want to say also condolences to the Moore family. The fabulous, the legend, the hero, the great Sir Tom Moore did obviously sadly, everyone probably has seen it in the news today. 2nd of February 2021. Sadly, Tom Moore has lost his fight with pneumonia and sadly passed away this afternoon. He is a legend. He's a legend throughout us all. And before I forget. Is the inspiration towards many of us receiving one of these. Captain Tom Moore, the Class 66, inspired by the current flight situation. So I'll just see if I can get it into focus there. Come on. It will focus if I keep my hand still. There we go. So, heartfelt condolences to the family, the legend, the hero. Lest we forget. Well done for all you have achieved. The aim of raising £1,000 turned into in excess of £37 million. This man is a legend to us all. When it decides to refocus, there we go. So I'm going to choose, we've had Mike Pringle, yes, true British hero indeed, Mike Pringle. So good evening to you, Mike, for joining us. I'm going to choose a third person for giving a shout out from the chat. Bear in mind, if you want a shout out on the show, you have to be here live throughout the shows. It's the new way of doing it. I'm not doing shout outs for just random channels. Well, they are still random channels, but if you want a shout out, you've got to be here on the show to show you're an active channel. Because I found a few channels that I've kind of like I've done shout outs for, and they've actually turned out to be inactive channels. So to cut that one short, if you want to get a shout out, you've got to be active here during the show to get a shout out, basically. There's a community. So yes, third shout out for today for we who didn't take a moment earlier. Yes. So the third shout out today is going to be for Chelmsford Junction, Peter, absolute top lad. I've been chatting to him recently, and he's doing a fantastic scenery build. He's just done some scenery on some trees on a little bit of a hillside, and he's got some conifers or pine trees that I'm very interested in what he's got there. So I've been talking to him about some trees he's got. So a big shout out to Chelmsford Junction for the third shout out for today. New Dawn Junction, I'm getting some brass nameplates made for my Colas Class 66 to be named Graham Mason 1954 to 2021. Fantastic honour towards your father. That is. Good evening to the TVR. Thanks for joining us. I found a few empty channels. Not that mine is bursting with content. That's Flymo. Dan Spotter 86. Good evening to you. Hello to everyone who says. Remember, when you do subscribe to a channel, you must interact with that channel. If you don't interact, YouTube will, after a short period of time, if you've not interacted, YouTube will remove your subscription, which is completely wrong, in my opinion, because who we subscribe to is our business, not YouTube's business. We can't watch everybody's videos. So I'm subscribed to hundreds of channels, and I haven't got the time to watch every single video. Because I've not watched a video, YouTube will say, well, you've not interacted with the channel for, say, 3 weeks, so we'll kick you off as a subscriber. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's right. They shouldn't do that. So make sure you do interact one way or another, either by some thumbs ups, some comments, some just basically sharing, talking, just viewing the videos that us creators do put out. Otherwise, YouTube will go and give you the hi-ho silver off a channel, and then you'll find out, oh, I'm not subscribed. That's YouTube. Chelmsford Junction there. We'll look forward to that, Chelmsford. What's he? I'm just saying, and it will be a 700 subscriber special coming soon. Oh, all right, so that's in good timing. So yes, Chelmsford Junction, Peter. is YouTube Tuesday's third shout out for this returning series, Series 4, Episode 1. Now, if you all remember what I stated, these series, these episodes are going to be shorter, purely to give me the opportunity to not just ramble on, but to give you the opportunity of seeing what's going on, seeing what's coming up next, and it gives me the opportunity to get on and do some more. Because I found with the previous series is when I've done something on the show, I've not come back to it then for another week because I've had to pretty much leave it either to dry or I've got to wait for something to carry on. So I'm going to be doing them in shorter episodes this series. Might mean there will be more episodes in the series. We'll wait and see. So the episodes, seeing instead of being 2 hours long, they will be 1 hour long. And what I can then do with is get on, do a little bit on the show and get on and do some more, let that to dry, and that I can carry on with other stuff throughout. So we're going to be focused on each episode. We'll be focusing on a little thing throughout it. So if I remember, yes, there they are. Remember, we've got the fencing to go on. So they'll be featured in an episode, being sprayed up, fitted, having a look at these products, how they go on. These are black ones. They do come in small sizes. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 on each sheet. There's 3 sheets, so there's 24 lengths of fencing there. They'll be going up. May get some more for the future, but they'll be at least going on the back area. And I also want to try and get some styles using that's what another thing I recommend. Never get rid of your sprues because you can use them, the offcuts, to make unique little things. So I'm going to be, with the offcuts of these, I'm going to be making some styles and maybe even make the barrel crossing and some of the foot crossing with a bit of wooden walkways. So they'll be in an episode for the future. We've got the trees to go in a future episode. We've got the grasses next. That'll be the first what we'll be looking at. So that's going to be about it for this week. Can someone send... Yes, moderator, could you post the link, please, for Chelmswood Junction, please? Please post the link for Chelmswood Junction. He is here in the chat. In fact, I'll give it a moment. I'll see if I can do it myself. I might be able to do it myself. Oh, there we go. Chelmswood Junction, South Weight 1943. Thank you very much, Owen. I did see New Durham Junction post a link in earlier, so thank you, New Durham Junction. And there he goes. He's done it again as well. So there you go. There's a link. Please check it out. When you do subscribe, make sure you click when you click the subscribe button, you click the bell and select all to receive future notifications of the channel. If you just leave it as it is, you'll only get random notifications of videos or lives or posts that are on a channel. You won't get all of them. You'll just get random ones that YouTube will think, well, this one suits you. But that's them making the decision for you. So if you click the bell and select all, you'll receive notifications for everything they publish, go live, or post in the community forums. So that's about the size of it. We've got it's coming up to the hour. So again, looking through, following in the series, we're going to be doing the static grassing. So that will be coming up very soon. I'm going to be looking a lot more on with Martin Rees into these products, which the best order to put them down on. I think if I remember, he says put the 2 mil down first and build it up from there, using them in the layering sprays. Sort out my glues, which I'm going to be using. We've got scenic cement, which I'm not sure whether we'll actually need to use that yet. Scenic glues, fast tack glues, little bits. I think the fast tack glue is more for bushes and stuff like that. But obviously I need to use my PVA mixing, which I got down here. Still got plenty of PVA to be going with. Half a bottle there. So plenty of PVA to be going on with. And for you guys out there that want a bit of a giggle, I've recently been doing a little bit of a clear out again, tidy up. Do you remember this stuff? Yes, I'm still finding the confetti. From November the 24th, I am still finding confetti. Thank you very much, Valley Brook and the wife. I'm still finding confetti. It's everywhere, every nook and cranny. Yes, confetti bombs. Yes. So, okay, so thank you very much for all channel members for your kind support. For those of you who are channel members, there will be a video coming out exclusively for you, either later tonight or tomorrow early morning. It'll be coming out. Enjoy the video. I'd like to hear your comments on it and thoughts on that. I have enjoyed making that video. Didn't take long. It's only about 10-minute long video, but I hope you enjoy it. And I will eventually, that will be available for the public to view in a few weeks' time or something. We'll wait and see. I've got to wait until, because I've got to post it off and I've got to wait for that person to get it before I can put it to the public. So thank you very much to everybody for joining us in the show tonight. Remember, these are 1-hour episodes now instead of the 2. So next week, again, back here at 8 o'clock UK time. I look forward to you joining me. Thank you very much. We'll be cracking on with the scenery next week for sure. Thank you very much for Owen for sending over your 153. I will be giving that a good run around very shortly. My thoughts are with the Mason family and obviously also the Moore family during this moment. So thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and it's great to see a lot of new faces also again in the chat. When you do subscribe to each other, don't forget, do all that rigmarole. Make sure you click the bell when you do subscribe, select all notifications, and interact. So until next time, thank you very much everyone for joining me. Take care, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again next week here on Barnabas Junction. I'm going to say Banana Junction then. Barnabas Junction for YouTube Tuesday. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care, and bye for now.